Okay, spirit guides, universe, and angels. Hi, Siren. Please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries going to be feeling in the final week of April 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Aries feelings, first of all. And then, I'll do a 9-card spread just in case you knew. I get 3 cards for your feelings, 3 cards for your person's feelings, and 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel. I'll get messages from them, and I'll get you some advice from Spirit, okay? I keep forgetting that in case you knew. Hi guys, welcome in. Right, oh God. Everything just went really weird then. The cards like flipped open on something and then the Aries sign fell down. I'm like, what's going on? Happy Easter, everyone. If you don't celebrate Easter, happy springtime. Someone's put a giant cockerel in our town with a gold chain around its neck and showered it with eggs. I'm like, what is the message there? If it was a hen, that would make sense to me, but it's a cockerel. Why would you write hey and then put what bullshit you doing here? That's so weird. Happy Easter to you too. What a strange person. What a strange person on Good Friday as well. Terrible. Right, so we've got the Justice reversed, Aries. So you're feeling like there's some sort of injustice going on. Okay, it's a major arcana. It's the major for Libra. You could have Libra in your chart, but it's more likely that you feel something is very unjust or unjust. Okay, something's unfair. Why is there someone on Cheryl Garrett's account saying, hi, I'm Logan, I'm 10? I didn't get that. I'm gonna hide you just because it's not a channel for young people. If you're using your parents' account, that's the only thing I can think is why you'd be 10. I didn't really get that. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Swords reversed. The 7 of Swords upright, this is really intriguing now. When it's upright, it's lies, deception. Okay, swords are thoughts, communication. When there's 7 of them, someone's sneaking around, they're keeping something. But with it being reversed, it means that that's been exposed. And then you've got that following the Justice reversed. So I wonder if you found out that someone's been lying, cheating, or stealing. That's what it says to me. Or if it hasn't happened, because let's face it, we're talking about the 4th week of April, so the week ahead, it could be something that's going to happen. Thank you for the likes, thank you. You know what, I was watching a TikTok that came up on my feed and just like thinking about how rude that person was just then that came into the chat. Like, it's Good Friday and you come in to a tarot reading and say what bullshit is going on here. Like, it's such a like ridiculous way to conduct yourself. But this, now what's she called? What's her name? Oh my god. She's something beauty. She's got a really unusual name. Called Mindy Beauty, I think it is. It's a woman in her, I think she's like in her 50s. She's really pretty. She used to be a model and she sells makeup now. But she was showing all these trolls that had written disgusting comments about Selena Gomez, who looks like fire. Like if I had a body like hers, I would be full of myself. Do you know what I mean? Like face and body, beautiful. Um, all these people were shaming it and putting like, oh, someone's been eating too many pancakes and stuff like this. And it was like she showed the photos of the people saying the stuff. My God, like I think there's just a lot of unhappy souls around, isn't there? To be saying stuff to someone who's absolutely stunning, to be saying the things that they were saying, and then like what they looked like, the people that were saying it, it's like, wow, okay. Just like a really dark way to conduct yourself. I think it's when people are really, really bitter and they're unhappy with how their own life is. They just think, I'm going to lash out at someone. I'm going to say something really nasty. It's just, it was pathetic, really. One guy, like, most of them were like men that were like twice her age or older, which is so creepy. And they were like, oh, she's been on the pancakes or she's had too much this or that. And I'm like, wow, she doesn't know you exist and wouldn't go near you, and you're old enough to be a father, and in some cases, grandfather. Disgusting. Like, what? Why do you think you get to rate someone else's body? Like, terrible. The Three of Cups reversed. So, the Three of Cups upright is community, it's teams, teamwork, celebration. It can be like a group of family, a group of friends, group of colleagues. It's coming together and celebrating. Now, in a love reading, the Three of Cups can be, it can be a third party dynamic. So if you imagine the Two of Cups card, if we cover one person over, the Two of Cups is two people offering a cup to each other. They each feel the same for one another, and you get that at the beginning of a journey. So it's when you've just fallen in love and it's mutual. Three people, with three, like a cup each, that's one too many. So it can be in a love reading, it can be a third party. And with that reversed, I think that's what's being exposed. Can you see how much that flows? We've got something really unjust. Then we've got lies, deception being exposed with the Seven of Swords reversed. And then we've got the Three of Cups. So, I mean, some people will say, oh, it doesn't have to be, another lover. It could be like a family member. Well, yeah, people do get in the way of stuff. Children do. They decide they're not happy, with their parent dating again and they don't approve. And then the parent, is like, well, I can't continue seeing you if my child says so. They're my world and blah, blah, blah. So it could be that, but I would lean more towards, they're involved with another lover. That's generally the vibe with third party stuff. But it could be, goodness knows, like the number of times a family, my person's family have like been the reason that I've left the relationship, because I can't commit to being with someone whose family are vile. Like there's just that, imagine like that's how you're gonna spend your life. I don't need to do that, do you know what I mean? Hi Priya. Fairy and Redbeard's in the room. He's making jokes. He's saying that because I'm a seaside setup. Right, let's get 3 cards for the one that you're dealing with then, Aries. See what they got to say for themselves. What's going on with them? How do they feel? The Lovers reversed. Well, well, well. The major arcana for Gemini. So they could be a Gemini. They could have Gemini placements. The Lovers, though, is representative of a divine union. Now, when it's reversed, one person is in love and the other person is not. And yeah, it's unrequited love. When it's upright, it's two people who are meant to be together. They're soulmates. They made an agreement in the 5D that they would carry out a life together in the 3D, you know, in their human reality. That was a soul contract that was signed before they became human. Now, yeah, when it's reversed, like, it's unrequited love. This is really interesting, guys. Like, this is so clear what's going on here. I didn't mean to rhyme. Let's get another couple of cards for them. Right, a load of stuff just came out. Six of Swords reversed is baggage. It's a failure to move on. If the Six of Swords was upright, see, the person's in a boat. They're sailing away from their problems, but this is like a failure to do that. Okay, so it's to do with the past not being over something, having baggage. Look, the Knight of Cups. Oh my God, what's going on here? The Knight of Cups, when it's upright, is like a Romeo and Juliet vibe. It's like, I'm love drunk, you know, I've really like feel like I don't just fancy someone, I'm starting to get feelings for them and I want to tell them. That's a knight. It's someone who's dating and they've decided that they're really starting to have feelings and like deeper emotions for someone, or they could fall in love with someone. It's early on, you know. A page is someone that's just observing a person. A knight is like making moves towards someone and dating them. Now, with that being reversed, if you think that cups carry water and water is emotions in tarot, it's an expression of like how this person has emotions. They want to go and convey that to someone. When it's reversed, it's the opposite. So it's like, I'm not going to convey emotions to someone. Yeah, but can I have another one?
Another one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that glass. It's just that glass there.
That one?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Gin.
Gin? In that? Gin and lemonade?
Yeah. And a bit of Cointreau. Sorry about that. Where was I up to? The Knight of Cups reversed. I prefer Grand Marnier, but we've got Cointreau in, so. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. It's someone who has come up against a lot of challenges, but they're prepared to keep going. It's about adversity. You know, things being really, really tough for a long time, but keeping on going anyway. We've got, as well, we've got the Eight of Swords reversed. Now that's coming out of mental entrapment, mental imprisonment. Swords are communication, they're thoughts as well. You see that she's blindfolded. Well, I'm trying to make a drink that's like a breakfast martini. It should be Grand Marnier. Yeah, if the Eight of Swords was upright, she would be ignoring her problems and then having intrusive thoughts, you know, and feeling like there's no way out. When it's reversed, we're getting free from that and we're seeing a way out. We don't believe that we're stuck anymore. It's mental activity that's very negative and harmful. So a reversal of that is good. It's getting free from that stagnancy and being stuck thinking there's no way out. So we've had the Six of Swords reversed, unfinished business, baggage, Knight of Cups, feeling bitter, not wanting to express emotion towards anyone, soldiering on with the wounded warrior, release from mental entrapment. This feels like it's going slightly more positive. Let's see what the next one is. The Three of Wands, taking action, whatever that means. Four of Cups reversed is a positive reversal. It's becoming open to emotion. So if someone were to offer this person a cup, they would accept it now. Thanks, Mum. Oh, you put bits of orange in it?
Well, it's black tangerine, I think.
Mmm. Yummy. Six of Wands. So then we've got victory, recognition, success. This is like when you graduate from uni in Italy, like they still walk through the town with laurel wreaths on their head. And, you know, you're celebrating your accomplishments. You know, people are saying, well done, and you feel good. You feel really, really good about yourself, and that's upright. So this, you can see like the journey, this person's self-esteem is increasing. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is, well, the Ten of Pentacles upright is lasting generational wealth. Okay, Pentacles is money. It's what we all strive for, the Ten of Pentacles. It's what you achieve when you get sort of past 40. Maybe you've got money between you and another person. You put two salaries together, you're able to pay your mortgage, you're able to have savings, go on holidays, have a car, you know, run a couple of cars, pay for your kids to go to uni, pay for parents that need, you know, nursing home or like care or whatever. So it's having enough for you, your children, and even for their children, you know, like it's that kind of past 40 or past 60 kind of like vibes. Yeah, Pentacles is money, time and energy, particularly money. So when it's reversed though, there could be a loss of wealth. And if you think that this person has become single, that would make sense, you know, because suddenly you're paying bills and a mortgage with just your own salary. So you're going to be at a loss, or you're going to, you know, hemorrhage savings while you get yourself organised. So that just makes sense, to be honest. It with the Lovers reversed, you know, there could have been, and the Justice reversed, there could have been marriage vows broken. That's what I'm going towards. That's what I'm going towards. Because it's not pages, it's not nights, but I'm not getting a vibe of we're together. There's uneven emotion, there's injustice that's happened, there's sneaking around, lies. Could be that money was, you know, money was lost. But we'll clarify in a bit. Look, now we've got the Seven of Wands, so they're becoming competitive, excited, passionate, adventurous, determined once again. The Seven of Wands is, if you go for a promotion, it's like, well, I've got a good chance here. It's feeling good, like having the high ground, having the advantage, and thinking like, yeah, I could actually do this. I could get this, you know, I've got some good stuff going on. And that applies to, you know, going out there and looking for a lover, you know, or a partner. You have to feel like you've got good shit going on, like you got your ducks in a row, like you're looking good, you're feeling good. You could take a bit of disappointment if there were to be some disappointment. We don't put ourselves out there when we're at our worst emotionally, physically, or financially. Well, we shouldn't be, you know. So this, you can see this person's like really They're starting to get the shit together again and feel good about themselves, be open to love again. So I wonder if your person is feeling like the victim, where they were actually, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were in love and they weren't. Maybe they loved you, but people have all kinds of reasons for cheating, like, or looking elsewhere and doing things they shouldn't. It's I definitely think it was them that stepped out, because you're the one that's got the Seven of Swords. Well, maybe you've been exposed. But the fact that you've got the Justice reversed, I think it's the other way round, and I think it's them. Because they were one big combo, I'm going to get another one for their feelings. But there's a huge narrative there. The Five of Swords, arguments. You see that there's two people sword fighting. Swords are communication and they're facts, okay, and their thoughts. But this is verbal arguments. This, and it's upright. So, sorry, that was down there, wasn't it? This person's feeling quite argumentative, quite full of themselves, egotistical. You know, they're not. Yes, things have been a struggle for them, but they're getting stronger again. They're getting more resilient, and I don't think you much like it. Let's get 3. Not because you're a bad person, but it's just like, well, why should they start to feel better about themselves when they've been running around doing all sorts? Ooh, in the outcome, we've got the Empress. Now, the Empress is the highest status in the tarot deck. So it goes from pages to knights, to kings and queens, to the Emperor and the Empress, that they're of equal status, the Emperor and the Empress. The difference between the Emperor and the Empress is the Empress is more about beauty, nurturing others. She's the ultimate caregiver, the ultimate provider, the ultimate creator. She's creative, she's beautiful, she attracts abundance, financial abundance, you know, beauty, wealth, love. It's that kind of like nurturing, creative, productive vibe. With the Emperor, he's more logical. He thinks about, you know, sacrificing for the greater good. He's more streamlined, he's more narrow-minded, more focused, a little bit, you know, still like, because he's like all 4 kings, he's still an empath, he's still thoughtful, but he has to do what's right for the empire. Where the Empress is, you know, she's literally pregnant in the card, but she can be pregnant with possibility, pregnant with ideas. She's very creative, very abundant, very attractive. She's all 4 queens. Okay, so that there is a difference between them. Now, she's upright. It's the major arcana for Libra and for Taurus, the Empress. She's ruled by Venus, the goddess of love. So, love and beauty. So, who's become the Empress? They're just showing up as a knight, aren't they? So I don't think it's them. Let's get 2 more. That's in the outcome for next week. The 4 of Swords. So there's a lot of this is taking respite, taking much needed respite, lying down, laying down the swords. It's thinking, it's contemplation, it's being inactive for the purpose of rest, rejuvenation, and thought. Yeah, it's important to rest because we give our bodies a rest, we give our minds a rest. If it was reversed, it would be restless, you know, but it's upright, so. Right, we've got, this is so interesting, guys. We've got a combination of the 3 of Swords reversed. Now that's recovery from heartache, heartbreak. When that's upright, it's the 3 of Swords, which is, you know, the end of a relationship, being devastated. You know, your heart literally physically hurts, doesn't it? When it's reversed, it's recovery from that, so starting to recover. It's in combination with, oh my God, the Ace of Cups and the Fool. Now, it could mean 2 things. The Ace of Cups can be being in love. It can be self-love, though. Either way, that's one gigantic cup and it is full of emotion. So I think it's self-love. I think it's recovery. And then we've got the Fool, and the Fool is someone who's ready to take a leap of faith, and it is the major arcana for Aries. I know the Emperor is the major for Aries, but the Fool is also Aries as well. It's 0, it's a reset. It's like I've finished a chapter, I've closed the book, and I'm ready to open a new book. I'm ready to take a leap of faith into a new story. So it's that really like hopeful, optimistic, really upbeat vibe. It's fire energy, and you know, it's done with full emotion, vigor, and vim. And there's recovery there. There's genuine recovery, and then feeling hopeful about the future, ready to jump into something new. It's just like a really complete storyline, isn't it? But let's clarify what's going on with them. Why have they been getting up to what they've been getting up to? Why the love is reversed, please? Crushed. You are hurting emotionally right now. You need time to heal before you jump in again. That fits so well, doesn't it, with what we got here? So they look like they've had their heart broken. Something's been a really long battle, they can't get past it, but then they start to feel like more competitive again, and then there's arguments. I mean, sometimes people cheat, and then if it gets exposed and the person that they're supposed to be faithful to breaks up with them and ends it, they can't cope with it, can they? Because really they didn't want it to end. They just, something wasn't fulfilling them, some aspect of the relationship wasn't fulfilling them, but they didn't want the relationship to end. Does that make sense? Sometimes people just want change. They don't want things to be over. They're crushed. Oh my God. If you didn't believe in tarot, you should do after this. Sneaky snake. That is the 7 of Swords. Going behind your back, deceitful swindler. I mean, that's karma right there, because they ran around getting up to all sorts with someone else. Okay, they've been a sneaky snake. And now they're crushed because everything's fallen apart. Why the Lovers reverse, please, and sneaky sneak. Self-indulgence, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. See, this person is now going to spend time recovering, okay? Because when you realise what you've done, anyone that's cheated will, you know, they'll feel the guilt, they will feel, you know, less than worthy, like they don't deserve the people that they've got, they don't deserve any of the nice things that they have. People get racked with guilt, okay? So they need to process what's going on in their heart and in their head. Why did they do that? Okay, that's what shadow work is. And yeah, that's the mode that this person's going into now, and that's right, that's what should happen, because something is fundamentally wrong if you are even considering cheating. You know, that just because there's something not right in the relationship. Legacies, rebirth. Honor history's remains to restore and breathe life into forgotten tales. Doesn't that sound like you might fix this? Legacies, rebirth, honor history's remains. It's talking about the past, what's gone on with this relationship. Restore and breathe life into forgotten tales. There's going to be a rebirth here. Or that's what they want. That's why we've got, look, that's why we've got, this is the outcome, because either you're showing up as the Empress or they are after evolving. But look, like this is recovery. This is like self-love, self-care. And then we've got wanting to, where did that come from? Then we've got wanting to, yeah, maybe they want a rebirth, guys. Maybe they don't want this to be over. They want to come back together. What they want is you. They want to be better. They want to do better. They want to be closer to you. They want to fix it. And they've spent time thinking about this. It's not on a whim. It's not on a whim. This is like an absolute journey today. Let's get a confession from them. Whoops, nearly knocked my drink over there. I mean, just because they want it to work doesn't mean you've got to do that. Guys, when I get to 500 subscribers, I'll start doing lives where I answer your personal questions. But right now, this is a collective reading for the sign of Aries. Okay, I've got to use the time to continue being reliable for people doing the free collective readings. And then I'll start to do super chats and answer personal questions. But you will need to pay. I don't do free readings. Just to be clear, because there's a lot of people saying, can you please do a reading for me? I don't do free readings, just to be clear. I've got a full-time teacher job, and I do the channel for free, and I give, you know, collective readings for anyone of like each of the signs. I do all the signs, do it all for free. So if you want individual questions answering, you would need to give me a super chat. Whoops, where's that gone? I spy on your social media. They're not over this. They are not over it. They have the Six of Swords reversed. They're feeling competitive. They don't care if you shout at them. They want a rebirth. And it's not on a whim. They've thought about it. You're their empress. And they want a do-over. They want a do-over. That doesn't mean you've got to go with it. It doesn't mean you've got to, like, say, yeah, okay. But you might want it. You know, if you made a lot of memories with someone, if you've built a life with someone, if you've got children together, a home together, it's up to you, isn't it? Only you know how you feel in your situation and whether you can handle that. And sometimes you might think, yes, I'll try. And then you might decide you just can't bear it and you don't want to. You know, like, you just got to do what feels right at the time. This is a reading for someone who's discovered their partner's been cheating, super long time partner, like marriage, kids, house, or certainly living together, ultra exclusive, you know, union, and yeah, you found out they've been cheating, it's been exposed, they've been a sneaky snake, you know, it's definitely happened. But they don't want to give up on this. They want you, like, you're the one that they want to commit with, like, they want to recommit to you, you know? Intimacy could have been an issue, okay? So, as with most situations, when you've been together for decades, and I'm talking several years or could be a couple of decades, you often find that there isn't so much intimacy, like being sexual with one another, making love, you know. People fundamentally need that to feel close to someone, to feel emotionally close to you, to feel valued, to feel attractive. If all they're receiving is a list of jobs to do around the house, or you know, they're belittled or berated, or you'd never really compliment them, if you're the one they're spending all their time with, it's like we understand ourselves by what's reflected back to us. So if they're not getting any of your time, your attention, if you're not being intimate with them, if you're not showing them that you're really attracted to them, their self-esteem is going to go down really quickly. And people have an amount of time where they can put up with that. And sometimes they'll just go, okay, that part of my life's over, but I'm happy in this dynamic. But at some point, you know, they were never really okay with it. And then if someone they feel attracted to shows them an interest, it's not because they're an arsehole, it's just because they want to feel attractive again. So I'm not justifying it, but I think they remember things being like this with you, you know, and it's got to a point where, like, they've found it somewhere else, because it might not even have been, you know, good. They're obviously heartbroken here, like. Let's get messages from them. They've been watching you. If they've moved out of the marital home, or they're going to, or you have, or you said they need time away from you, can't look at you, blah blah blah, and all the rest of it. They're watching social media to try to see, or you could have been separated for a while. They don't stop thinking about you, like, they're not over it, and they're not going to be over it. What's that say? Definitely. There's nothing they want more than a rebirth. Okay, they want to be better, they want to do better. Hi, Louise. Oh, you're in English as a second language teacher. Hi. What's T1D? Oh. Oh my God, look at this. I am absolutely in love with you. 6 of Cups, that probably is. They view you as their soulmate. You're their empress. They don't want anyone else. They're completely in love with you. They never stopped loving you. But they were intimate with someone else, potentially because that, you know, that part of this relationship had like gone by the wayside. But they're like miserable without you. I'm obsessed with your body. They want to be making love to you. Okay, it's not about them not being attracted to you anymore. It's nothing to do with that. All they want is for you to be attracted to them. They worship your body. They're like absolutely craving to get things back how they were. Oh, nice to meet you too. This has turned into a long ass reading, hasn't it? 46 minutes, my goodness. You are so very special. Oh. Oh, do you know what that came out on? The Empress. That's what came out for the Empress. You are so very Ace of Wands. I am coming, trust. Oh my God, they're coming to get you. Look, it's all they can think about. I'm going to show you. It's all they're thinking about. You know, when you like stop doing like busy jobs and then you lie down, get into bed, and that's just like, I need this person. Look at that. The Empress, you are so very special. I'm sorry, but like, this is definitely worth consideration. This is worth consideration. I mean, the worst thing that's ever happened, and what I find incredibly insulting, is if you have a seriously long-term relationship with someone and they break up and it's just like they've just got no feelings whatsoever about it. That's the most insulting. If someone's got regret, if someone second guesses the decision and says maybe we made a mistake, that always goes like a long way with me. Do you know what I mean? But if someone just like acts like they couldn't give an F, it's like, wow, how cold can you be? I just find that bizarre that people just turn off like that, and I don't know. I've had a couple of things like that and I thought, oh my God, like how? How would you just turn off like that? Ace of Swords. I left because you told me to. 8 of Cups is leaving a relationship. Ace of Swords is a confession, revelation, major clarity. They felt like, oh my God, they felt like, oh, this is so sad, guys. This is really sad. Look, that's with the 3 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Fool. They just felt like you weren't into them anymore, like you don't want to be with them, you're not interested, you wish you were elsewhere. And it's not, I'm not saying that's, you know, like, but it's how you make someone feel by just default, you know, like they just had all this stuff going on in their heart and in their mind for a while, I would say. So, the worst thing ever is like also being lonely from within a relationship and you just think your partner like doesn't know you exist, or they're just giving you granny kisses and what you want is for them to make love to you the way they used to. Like, it's just super sad. Like, that's what freaks me out about being with someone like past the 3-year stage, because I just feel like it always goes to like granny kisses. Maybe it's the right person, it doesn't, but that's what I've experienced, so it freaks me out going past the 3-year stage. And I don't feel like that about my person. I don't feel like that. I would never be like that with them, very passionate person. If I don't get that from my person, I become very unhappy very, very quickly, because it's what I am getting reflected back to me about myself. Like, either I'm not attractive to you anymore, or you don't love me anymore, or you just don't see me. I don't know, like, I just don't feel like if I have a bad day, I can't recover from it if my person isn't in the moment with me, like talking to me, having pillow talk, and like being close with me. I need the love making to feel like healed from what's gone on in the day. And it's like your job to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's your job to do that. If you're making someone be loyal to you and be exclusive with you, then other people, it's not other people's jobs to like heal them after they've had a horrible day or something really bad's happened in work, or do you know what I mean? Like, it's your job. Who else is going to make someone feel good other than the person who's their ride or die, their like partner? Do you know what I mean? If you're a team, if you're a couple, like, you have to be there for one another. You can't just, I don't know, I'm rambling now. I would never be like that with someone. What we need to do is we need to get you some advice. Oh, hang on, I've got these out and I've forgotten. What's the nature of this relationship, please? Yeah, like 100%. People drop the ball. They make you feel like, you're unimportant. A lot of men, like, I'm not going to lie, a lot of men, they're great, they're so romantic at the beginning, and then after a while, they just treat you like crap. And it's like, wow, that makes you feel rubbish really, really fast. It doesn't take a long time to like ruin something. You have to maintain a relationship. Individuality. Look at this. Be wary of possessive partners and maintain your individuality. And that's next to the one that says, I spy on your social media. They're obsessed. They definitely want a rebirth. They're in love. They left because they felt like that's what you wanted. They think you're really special. They view you as the Empress. They got the Ace of Wands. They're all for a rebirth. But you're being warned by the nature of this is a bit possessive, this relationship. Let's see what, I tell you what, this C melodies is so good. They don't lie. Okay, this Oracle deck is fantastic. Like, it just tells you how it is. Right. Spirit guides, what should Aries do about this relationship? Should they give this person another go? Right, we've got communicate and breathe. Communicate. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. Okay, so unless you have a heart to heart and you lay your cards on the table and you open up to each other, it's just going to stay how it is, isn't it? And you're going to wonder, like, when there's been infidelity, it raises so many questions. It's like, well, are you bored with me? Do you not find me attractive? Like, are you happy with other aspects of the relationship? How long have you been feeling this way? Like, unless you have a huge heart to heart, the questions remain unanswered, don't they? And you don't know where you stand with each other. You don't know what one another wants and whether there's any like legs with this now. Breathe, break from beneath the water's surface and soar up beyond the turquoise sea. So it's like you're sinking, okay, because it's getting overwhelming, it's feeling too much. But what we need to do is just take a breath, stay calm, okay, and communicate. So I'm hopeful about this. I don't think this is done. I'll tell you what some of these cards could have said, because it puts it in perspective. Drowning doesn't always require water. Self-care, dance, reflect. Ambition, set your sights beyond the horizon will be walk away. You don't need to stay here. Direction, trust your inner compass and find your bearings. Meditate, make some quiet time in the still air. Optimism, flow, let your worries drift away. Opportunity, you will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. Some of it's really pointing towards, walking away, being brave, like looking for new. But you're being told just to communicate and breathe and stay calm, and open up to each other. So I really like that. I'm going to stop your reading there, Aries. I'll tell you what, no, I'm not going to, because I haven't. What's wrong with me today? It's because I've changed my setup, and I'm going to get you other advice cards. I'm going to knock that drink over. Let's move it. It's a bit of a heavy one, isn't it? This one. Oh, beautiful. Magic happens when you most expect it. So that says to me, be optimistic, because life is still good. There's still going to be amazing times ahead, whether it's with this person, or with someone else, or solo. Life is good. Okay, there's good times ahead. If you want a rebirth, if this person means everything to you, I think they're on board with it. You know that from everything that's on the table here. They're obsessed with you. They just want to be close with you. They view you as the empress. They hold you in such high regard. They're not even viewing you as a queen. They're viewing you as the highest status in the tarot deck. I love the colours on that. I'm going to do some tie-dyeing, and I think I might, oh, yeah. I just love colour. And polychrome. You're getting your money's worth today, aren't you? Getting an hour. Listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to the eternal. I like that. It's very calming, isn't it? It's like you're safe. You're part of the universe. You're in good company. I like that. There's a lot of stuff about staying optimistic, communicating, believing in magic. It's up to you, isn't it? It's up to you, Aries. Okay. Right, take care, and I'll see you in the next one, Aries. Right, let's tidy up these. And we'll go on to Taurus. Do you know what I can't stand is like when people end it and then they just spiral out of control and they start drinking and going on lads' holidays and acting like, you know, their friends act like jerks and they're like, oh yeah, they're like really letting their hair down and like getting off with loads of people. It's like, wow, fastest way to piss a woman off, fastest way to make her get a revenge body and just go out with people better looking than you with more money than you. I'm revealing way too much about myself in this reading. I have no idea why, but it just like, I think because I'm an empath, I feel like strongly what people are going through, and it just reminds me of what I've been through over the years. That was many years ago. I was mid-20s and I'm 40 this year. But it's just, you don't forget. You don't forget. It all hurts like a lot. I mean, you move on and you meet other people, but certain like events in your life or certain experiences, they're just really tough. That's why I've been running around doing all sorts, getting into trouble instead of having proper relationships, because I just can't bear the heartbreak. I'm just like focused on my career and I can't be going through heartbreak when I'm leveling up, and like I'm just invested in myself at the moment. I've been through a lot, you know.